I don't know how to start these things sometimes. Hey guys, what's up? This is Dr. Ozi. I wanted to share something with you guys that is something very important in producing called dynamics. Now, I want to make sure we're not getting confused with dynamic range and the dynamics in music. There are two different things. If we talk about dynamic range, it gets into plugins and how to expand and compress and limit. That's a whole different subject. But right now, I want to focus on music. Just like all my videos, it would be amazing if you guys just go to the description, click that website link, and then go get my merch. That would be great. What is dynamics? In music, the dynamics of a piece is the variation in loudness between notes or phrases. Dynamics are indicated by specific musical notations, often in some detail. So we got that Wikipedia shit out of the way. So let's go through the basic indications of music, dynamic indications. They are pa, 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 ma, pa, ma, fa, 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 fa. There's two other ones. Actually, there's another third one, but we don't care about it that much. But the first one I'm going to say is crescendo, which is increasing, and decrescendo, which is decreasing. It lets you add that human factor that computer program music lacks, which is like straight to the grid, very robotic gestures. Why is it important to have dynamics? I stream weekly on Twitch, and I do a segment where I do feedbacks, and typically I get a lot of submissions where producers, especially beginner producers, forget how important dynamics are. I find, just like your drops, your dynamics are just as important. How can you apply dynamics in EDM music? Surprisingly enough, we are already doing it. Build up and release are in fact crescendo and decrescendo, if you want to get technical. Now, if you don't have crescendo in your music and it doesn't fit the right dynamics of it, your drop feels weak, and it feels weaker because you didn't do that aspect of your music. It is very important because if you have a loud dynamic at the beginning of your crescendo, the entire time when it's building up is just loud, your drop is going to feel weak. But if you get the dynamics perfectly right, your drop is going to hit perfectly right. Where do you use it? Now, you don't have musicians to give them the indications, but you as a producer have to realize how a musician would interpret those indications on a piece of music. So there are a couple things that I apply to my music. Washout, pitch, percussion, looping, filtering, high pass, low pass filtering. There's multiple ways you can do. There's a bunch of racks out there as well. Data Life created a plugin called Endless Smile specifically for this use of washout. Typical filters like autofilter. Let me go into the workstation in the back and show you what I mean. Ozi Remix. Now, what I would like to show you, this is something that we actually do as DJs as well. So I will take you out to where my equipment is and show you what DJs do to give a crescendo, decrescendo. All the transitions are heavily based off crescendo and decrescendo and how to implement those and how to do a washout or how to do a filter sweep or filter cutout. Now, same thing happens to the decrescendo. When you do a decrescendo or release, there shouldn't be too much happening, but you're letting people know this is the end of the segment or the phrasing of your piece or music or the production you have done. So when you're done with it, you gotta let people know, I'm done with it. Let's get ready for the next segment or phrasing or drop or whatever you want to call it in your own stupid head. Now, where do you apply the pa 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 mup muff fa 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 fa? I will tell you. Those come in as a musical variation in your track. It could be a ghost note, or it could be anything that regards to fills and percussions. Ghost notes, by that I mean, like in drum and bass, for example, tends to use ghost notes on snare. Oh, yeah. The ghost notes also came from the foundation of amen break, whatever you want to call it. That's where it came from, where the ghost notes are added to give it more of a human feel and gives it what a drummer would do on a snare as a ghost note, to give it more of a bounce or a groove. Let me get my groove. But these can also apply as simple little tricks. Ghost notes, lazy notes, which is also sometimes can be implemented using track delay or like shifting or pre-shifting. Pickup and downbeat, which I have mentioned that in my BLT video, I think which is very important, is pause or silence. Those parts are really important, and I hope this video made some sense to beginner producers, because that's something that I think they're lacking a lot, adding a human factor to their music, and that is really important. Using these tricks or ideas, I guess, that I use, hopefully it helps someone. If you like this video, like it. If you really like this video and others, subscribe. If you really like what I do, the best way is to click the link to my website and go purchase that merch. Thank you for watching. I think I've talked enough for today and vented out enough. Goodbye. Aww.